Hi. Oh, Elsa's wide awake right here. How is everyone? Wow. I don't know how it's going to go because I realized that I was connected through my phone. I posted it through my phone and I had to delete all that and then get on through my computer so it would come through. How is everyone tonight? Hello on a Friday night. You never see me on a Friday night anymore. I just felt so bad, and it was suggested to me, oh, are you going to make up what you didn't do last night? So here I am. Hello. I'm Mary Amy, and this is Living in the Light. And I'm all about shifting away your darkness, guiding you to your truest potential, and cracking open that beautiful glowing light in your heart. Well, hello. Here we are on this Friday evening in the Matrix work week. We made it. We made it. Oh my gosh, here we are. And it's January 20th. You know, that Mercury in retrograde's over. Are things straightening out for you? I had yesterday, it just seemed like everything went wrong for me. And I mean, it was like my tea bag exploded and I was late and I didn't feel well. I had that vertigo. That vertigo was so bad. I woke up and I went like, woo, woo. The whole room was slanted. But I got through my matrix job. I just had to tough it out. So by the end of the day, my head was exploding. And so I said, I can't do it. I can't do it. It's too much. So I went to sleep and here I am. I got up early, went to the gym. That's just my life. How's it going in your life? And I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm coming to you live from New York. So tonight we're having, hey, Craig. Hey, lovely. Great to see you. Oh, yeah. I felt so bad. I felt so bad because, I only do it Monday through Thursday. So how can I miss coming here and doing Living in the Light? And, tomorrow I have that interview. I don't know if everyone's aware of that. I have this interview for this channel with a ufologist who studies UFOs. And I guess we're going to talk about aliens and extraterrestrials, we'll call them, other species in our galaxy, in the universe. And I claim that I'm a star seed. Are you a star seed, a light worker? We've spoken about that. We're the first timeline arrivals. We're the awakened ones. We're here to help the masses to the 5 dimension. That waking up from that illusion, the matrix. We've had our memories wiped clean, haven't we? Because living in the matrix, it crushes you. It crushes you. You don't have like this life that you were born with. You're just living around all this darkness. We're going to get into some topics tonight that are pretty interesting. I have to. That's why I can't miss tonight. CGI. You seeing some CGI? We're going to get into CGI, which are visual effects, and the deep state reveals, which are coming out. Everything that's been going on that we've been believing to be our true reality, it's not. There's a lot of secret stuff going on. And then abolishment of the IRS. No IRS. Don't you love that? No IRS. I don't want the IRS anymore. I don't want to be paying taxes. I share with you, I look at my paycheck and I say, oh, what's going on? Where'd it go? IRS took it. And where'd the IRS put it? I don't really know where they put it. Do you? So anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel if you like it. And then we're going to get into quantum concepts so you can raise your vibration. Everything has a vibration, a frequency, even inanimate objects. This cup has a frequency, this mug. Of course, we're going to touch on angels and we're going to do some psychic phenomenon. We can't miss that because we are together progressing. We're going to the light. So last night, did you have any dreams? I've been having some really odd dreams lately. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's all these solar flares that are coming onto the earth and awakening us, awakening everyone. It just seems like a big divide. Like this morning, I'm at the gym and I had these really loud, I don't know if you had them where you are. I'm in New York. These thunderstorms, and they were so loud. I felt so bad for little Elsa because I thought, is she scared? I don't even know how to help her to feel better. And I was going to sleep. And so this morning at the gym, I said to someone else we were both doing the rowing machine. We had done this. I do this class. This is a personal story. I do this class that it's circuit training. So you're going to all this different equipment for 45 minutes. You're doing cardio and then you're doing free weights, and so everyone else went to spin. And I said, oh, I've got to get to my job in the Matrix. So I decided I'll do a few moments on the rowing machine. So this woman sitting next to me, and we're talking, and we just got into it. And she works local as well. And she seemed like a sweet lady. And I get up to leave, and I'm just walking to grab my stuff. And I said, oh, those thunderstorms last night. And she said, oh, yes. That's the climate change. I was like, oh, she's not awakened. I was like, she's not awakened. As soon as she said that, I was like, oh no, it's made up. The climate change is made up, because then they can get money for something, or they can put fear in us that something really terrible is going to happen, that climate change. And, I don't know if you saw, I posted on one of my social medias, I'm on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, Mary Amy Official, that Greta was doing some kind of video where she gets arrested, and they showed it. Someone took a video that it was fake. It was all fraud. She wasn't really arrested. She's one of those leaders from the World Economic Forum, the New World Order. They changed it. I think it was called the New World Order, and they changed it to the World Economic, or maybe whatever. It's the same difference, which is globalizing our whole, our whole globe, globalizing our globe. It's where it's control over all of us. It's all the leaders come together, and they basically depopulate us and take away all our money. But when she said that, I went, oh, she believes in global warming, climate change. Forget it. Like, she's not going to get me. And I'm just really tired. I'm not going to just try to transform anyone. They're going to have to find their own way. All the information is out there. I'm not a conspiracy theorist like you and I. We're truth seekers. We believe in a lovely mystery. And I want to see things with my own eyes. Well, anyway, my dreams last night. Did you have any dreams last night? I had these interesting dreams, and last night and the night before I had some dreams, and it was from some of the characters in my life, and some of those who've been in my life who've been doing some kind of evil things or not so nice things to me. They've been showing up lately. And I sense that it's because then it's showing me that it's not really me. I take things and I say, oh, why wasn't I smarter? Why didn't I smarten up quicker? I'm always so naive. And it's because they're going to do it to everyone. All those out there that are doing not so nice things, naughty acts to us, it's not us. We shouldn't take it personally. They're doing it to everyone that they meet. I think that's what it's about, my dreams lately. They're just sharing with me because I have so much, I guess, some shame. I have shame about that. And, there's this list. I'm going to go through this list about quantum concepts and raising your vibration. And shame is at the very bottom. It's very bottom. Your vibration goes, it tanks if you have shame. We're going to go through, how to raise it. And there's that. And then also, what are our thoughts? What are your thoughts every day? Every moment? Are your thoughts positive? Are you thinking negative ideas that are coming into your mind, and you're questioning what you're capable of? I don't know. Mine, I'm trying to control my thoughts and put them in perspective and be aware and have an expanded consciousness about what I'm thinking. And I realize after reading about quantum concepts that everything affects us more than I even realized. So let's kind of get into one of our topics tonight. One is CGI. Now, do you know what CGI is? I mean, we hear about that terminology. If you've ever watched a movie in the last, I guess it's in the last 15, 20 years, a lot of it has CGI, and it's visual effects. And, we think it's for our entertainment, and we watch movies and films and we say, oh, that's so cool. And that's how they do a lot of this. They do a war film, or they do a sci-fi film, um, some live action, and there's even a lot of computer programs, or there's our kids um, video games. A lot of that is CGI. And so it's visual effects, it's computer generated imagery. And you'll understand why I'm going down this road of CGI, because it's affecting what we see, what we see on the news. And I always say it's predictive programming, the films, and the news is paid programming, and who's in charge of paying the newscasters and the networks are the advertisers. And so CGI is computer generated imagery, and it's computer graphics, art, and media. So it's visual effects. And how is that affecting us on our daily lives? Well, most of the videos that we see that are in the news or on our social media might very well have incorporated CGI. We're going to get into VFX, which is also 3D models. So CGI can include three-dimensional object figures, space and environment. In other words, the space and the environment behind me. So if someone was to make me in a CGI, or put me in a CGI, they could literally change my whole background. I don't know if you've ever seen a green screen. I've done infomercials, and I've done work jobs in acting and videos, and we've put a green screen and then we change the background, and that's very advanced right now. So you can put figures, objects, space, and change the space and environment. It's composite imagery and video that tricks the eye into believing in the illusion is presented. In other words, that we think, oh, that's where she is. So we could change my whole background right here with CGI, which means that I could be somewhere else. I could be in Antarctica. I could be in another country. I could be in an office space. And they've been doing this for quite a while. And it was invented in 1960s, and it began as computer animation. And there's some movies that I can tell you about that are examples. There's a movie called Westworld. I don't know if you've ever seen it, 1973. Star Wars, 1977. That was done with CGI. That was supposed to be futuristic. Alien, 1979. And then a film called Tron. And so Tron had live action with photography, and that was really getting advanced for those days in the 1970s. And we're speaking of CGI if anyone's joining us. And so I watched a video about Tron, and I listened to one of the operators and one of those who had created the CGI, and he said graphic created computer simulated world scenes, and they combined green screens and they combine computer simulated world scenes and matted people, so they can put the two together. So we think that person is in that scene. Now, presently, we realize that there's a lot going on, and I'm bringing this up because I actually have some examples. Like, for example, here is our President Biden, and they said, "Is this actually him in the location?" But apparently not, because here he is. Here's the microphone, and his arm is over it. So it's like you can tell that that's fake. They placed him in this fake setting. And that's what they've been doing. They've been doing that with leaders. They've been doing this in many occasions with very public personalities, public figures. They've been doing silliness like this, CGI. And so what they do is they put green screen, and sometimes you can tell. Here's another example of president where he's not blinking. He's not blinking. So it's either a body double, it's done with CGI, and they marry the two together, and they use footage with celebrities. Maybe it's a hologram. They use body doubles, and it's fake. It's fake. They do a fake White House scene, like, is he really in the White House? Now, this actually came up because this was in the same day, but he looked completely different. So was this one of these, what were one of these fake? Was this fake? And some of the time we can see that it's fake because they're not blinking. So you can tell that they were placed in the situation. It's all, it's all a pre-made video. So just be aware of this. Now there's what's called VFX. So what they do is they combine CGI with VFX, which is 3D models of people, buildings, cars, explosions, and you can fill out locations with periods, specific details. And they've done this in many, many films. Some of these period movies, whether it's futuristic or going back in the past, they place the actor, the actress, and they put a whole different background. It's all fake. They're standing there acting, but they're not really there. Now, most recently, if you want to look at Avatar, that is all done with CGI, where they have this, they take the actor and then they put them in the situation, and it's all fake. They don't really have all that makeup on even. That's all placed over them. And they have some kind of sensors on their face. It's all made up. It's a simulation. Anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, CGI, get this. This blew my mind. I said, oh my gosh, CGI can be 90% of everything you see. 90%. So in other words, one thing, we'll say 10% is real and 90% is fake. Now, because we know, and we're going to get into the deep state in a second, we realize that the deep state is all connecting everything. The deep state is related to all of the networks we're watching, the television, all of the leaders, everything that we are visually seeing out in the physical reality is connected to the deep state. These big corporations, BlackRock. I looked at what BlackRock's stock is right now. It's like $700 and something right now. And is it going to fail? I don't know. Is the stock market going to crash? I'm going to get onto that in a second. So anyway, I just wanted to help you be aware. So these, for example, 90% of this can be fake and 10% can be real. So what is real is my question with CGI and VFX. So just be aware that everything out there that we are seeing, unless you see it with your own eyes and the person standing next to you in your physical reality, it can be fake. Now, why is that? Why are they doing this? Well, it's not to entertain us like a movie. It's to trick us. It's to have us believe one thing, and it's not true. And so now I start to question everything that I'm seeing in this day and age. Now, maybe in the 1970s, they weren't so advanced at it. You can watch the movie The Star Wars from 1977. You go, oh, that looks fake. But now, can we tell it's fake? I mean, some of these videos aren't 10 hours long. These videos are maybe a few minutes. You can computer generate an image. So just be aware. Everything I'm saying, I'm just giving you some information. I do a little bit of research in a few minutes and I come up with a lot. And so if I'm doing this in a few minutes, what's really going on? Think about it. We're revealing what's behind the curtain. What is behind the curtain? We are now awakening because it's time now. And it's pretty exciting actually, because the last couple of days I've been watching some of the other YouTubers and learning about what's going on out there. And the chips may fall, I will share with you. I gave you some examples of some events and what was shown to us, with, for example, the Georgia Guidestones and, the Pope resigning, the last Pope, and the Queen passing away, and Lisa Marie Presley passing, which I heard recently. Did she really pass, or did she go into um, protection because she was going to testify against someone who had done some crimes? So, you start to wonder, like, what's really going on out there, because they can fake so much for us because we're so naive, we're like believing everything we see. Let's get on to the deep state reveals. There's a lot of sinister ways going on in that deep state. And, I'm realizing I can talk about this. You know why? Because a lot of those are going down. They're going down. Those naughty beings out there, those ones who've been committing heinous acts and lawlessness, are going down. Hey, Bob Harding. I saw some of this technology in 2010. It was near real time. You could interact with it almost seamless. Yes, exactly. And it's absolutely true, Bob Harding. CGI and VFX, just look it up and you'll see that they can show us one thing and it can be absolutely, completely something else. So 90% of everything you see can be CGI and VFX. Well, I'm hearing and I'm reading and I'm watching and I'm finding out that the deep state is going down. So what is the deep state? We hear that terminology all the time. And we hear the deep state, clean the swamp, drain the swamp. Well, the deep state was created in 1871. It's a state within a state. And what is that? It's a shadow government. Now, I've been saying the terminology and I've been using the phrases the black hats and the white hats. And so the black hats can be anything from, a sinister being, human being, or some kind of dark force, some kind of evil entity. I'm going to put that under the black hat. But the white hats are those out there that are light workers like us, and they figured out a way. And I've heard that, and I've discovered that they are related to the military in some way. They're doing something to protect us, or they're preventing harm from us. So the deep state is known as a hybrid association of elements of government and parts of top-level finance and industry that is able to govern the U.S. without reference to consent of the governed as expressed through the formal political process. In other words, it means that there is a shadow government that doesn't have to answer to anyone, that's doing a whole heck of a lot. And you know what? I wonder if, even though it's right out in the open, the FBI, the CIA, we're finding out that they've been involved in doing some of this lawlessness, on their own. And why they got away with it? Because we're watching all these television shows and it's like, oh, look, the FBI is protecting us. Oh, look, the CIA is protecting us. But in real life, are they protecting us? Is the DOD protecting us? Or are they preventing us from knowing the truth? Are they doing something in the shadow government? Hey, Hassan. Hello, this is Hassan from Kuwait. Hope you remember me. I'm so happy. Oh, I'm so glad to see you. Thanks for joining us. I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. The deep state is known as the secret conspiracy elite cabal, and the state within a state hiding in plain sight, and they act in the light of day. Is there a deep state activated right now? Absolutely, but they're going down. They're going down. And you know that because I'm going to get into who seems to not be around anymore. We're not hearing much about them, are we? And we can say some of those who've retired. And are they wearing some kind of band around their hand because have they been arrested? Some people wear it on their ankle, or they wear it on their wrist, and it's really some kind of alert if they leave town. I don't know. Are they wearing those? I saw some pictures of that. So the deep state blocks policies. They have sinister plans using the television, using the networks. They're all connected and they have power over this. The stock market, major brands, the Pope is involved, every politician, the celebrities, the public figures to manage their policies. Now, how do they manage these people? Well, they threaten them, or they have something on them, or they've given them their power away to them. Maybe they're also involved in sinister acts as well. So the World Economic Forum is joined with the deep state, and they're all trying to depopulate us and tell us that we have to have an electric car, and we have to worry about climate change and blah, all that stuff. And so the FBI, the DOD, the NSA, the CIA are all controlling every move. Now we know that the border has had human trafficking. That's the number one, I would say that's the number one evil act is, and what have they done with these poor people? And you know what? Karma will come, everything comes out, the truth is coming out. And we are praying for all of those who have had anything horrible happen to them. And some of it is, you can't even hear about it because it takes your breath away. It's just like, I'll burst into tears and start freaking out right now. These people will pay for everything that they have done. They will pay. I guarantee you they will pay. So there's human trafficking, border from the border, drug deals, rituals, enslaving the population. And that's just a few. We know that they've encouraged us to take certain medicines. Big pharma's involved with them as well. So the chips are falling, and that's the good news. The chips are falling. And why are they falling? Because everything is being revealed. And it's just this time. It's supposed to happen now. There's going to be the golden age. There's going to be peace on earth. We're headed to a new civilization, and the old civilization is crumbling. It's over. Now, I did a video, I guess it was either this week or last week, related to the walls around the Federal Reserve and the walls around the Capitol. And I have heard, and we're going to get into the abolishment of the IRS, and is that why there's walls around the Capitol? So the chips are falling down, one player at a time, and their fate is catching up with them. Karmic debt. They have lots of karmic debt to pay. Now we're hearing, and I mentioned and I showed his picture, we're hearing, is he going to be in office much longer? This man right here, did he do anything illegal? We're finding that out right now. And why is that? Well, they're taking him down. Let's see. Nancy Pelosi retired and she got into a bit of trouble. What was really going on there? We're not really seeing the Bushes, the Obamas, or the Clintons much lately. They're quiet, nothing coming from them. So what's going on? What is going on right now? I think it's the changing of the guard. It's all falling apart. We're going to get into the IRS. Anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. And I'm bringing up topics that I feel are relevant. And I'm also here about healing and helping and raising your vibration to a higher consciousness and just awakening the masses. It's not my job. However, I feel as though, and I sense that the more of us that speak publicly, the more of this energy will kind of flow towards those who haven't realized. And you know what? We are not pointing fingers at anyone. We are not saying, hey, pay attention, blah, blah. You should have been listening. No, we're sending love and light. We're all about love and light. And we don't want to tell anyone, oh, I told you so, or anything in that manner, because some of us have been so injured by this simulation, this matrix, this illusion that we've been living in, and we've been criticized, that we just followed. We just conformed because we were scared not to. And we were raised around the television, which we thought was for entertainment. However, we're finding out that a lot of what we're seeing on television is just paid programming. Hey, Hassan, I was offered to work with one of those intelligence. I cannot say which one, or whether to offered a job for good thing. Oh, yes. Well, you know what? That's good thing that you didn't get involved with that, Hassan, because we don't really know what is real and what is not with those branches of the government. So the IRS, we all pay taxes. We all have to pay taxes. We don't like paying taxes. And I've mentioned Asara Jasara. And, I know that that's brought a chuckle to some. They said, ha, 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 ha. Come on, Mary, there's the Asara Jasara law. That's not going to happen. They're not going to abolish the IRS and take away all the debt from credit cards and re-elect new leaders. They're not going to do any of that. Well, interestingly enough, it's come to fruition, hasn't it? Looks like they've come up with a bill to abolish the IRS and get rid of it. And you know what? I wonder if, and I've heard, is anyone even in the Federal Reserve building anymore? Are they in the IRS? Is there anyone there? Is it closed now? So the bill gets rid of all federal taxes and institutes a sales tax, which would be just, hey, Tommy, thanks for joining us. Hello. Hi, you made it. We're speaking about the abolishment of the IRS. So the Nasara Jasara was the proposal of an economic reforms for the U.S. That was, I believe, in the 1990s. And it was by a citizen called Harvey Francis Bernard. And he believed that we should replace the income tax with the national sales tax. So is that going to happen? So it would abolish interest on secured loans. He published a book even about it. And he called it The Draining of the Swamp, the Nasara Story. 2005, if you want to look that up on DuckDuckGo. So we have now going on right now, in this present day, in real time, a discussion, a vote on abolishing the IRS, which would mean that we don't have to pay any more taxes. We just wouldn't have to. And they would no longer be those IRS agents. We'd have to pay. The money would be collected by the deputy of Treasury, and they'd manage the money. Now, I don't know if that's a better thing. I don't know. I mean, I would like it that we didn't have to even pay the sales tax. Where's the sales tax going to go? So January 9th, Republican Buddy Carter said the federal income tax, payroll taxes, and estate and gift tax would be repealed. That's good news. That would be pretty exciting. Wouldn't we love that? I think that would be a joyful day. I think I would just open up and crack open a bottle of champagne and I'd celebrate with the whole world because all of us would probably go ching, 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 like it was New Year's. And maybe they would say, oh, maybe we'll change the months. And we were supposed to have 13 months. 13 is supposed to be a lucky number. Just throw that out there. Maybe we're not supposed to have 12 months. It's supposed to be 13. Anyway, the IRS no longer would be collecting, and the Deputy of Treasury would be collecting a sales tax. The IRS would be obsolete. So who knew? Who knew? But it looks like that's what's going to happen. And that would be good news. So maybe we won't be paying any taxes for 2022. Maybe it's done. It's a done deal. Because the chips are falling. And those that have been doing all of this really illegal stuff, this lawlessness in the deep state, are going down, 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 down. And you're going to see on social media, there's going to be some changes upcoming. I'm just going to bring that up for a second. Facebook's going to be changing, and Instagram, because all of those illegal carrying on where they were being run by the CIA and the FBI. Same with Twitter. Elon Musk seems to be doing things. I don't know who this guy is, who's the new Elon Musk. Is it the same guy from before? We're starting to wonder, are these clones? Are these body doubles? Are these just not really those people? And we're seeing a lot of CGI and VFX. I don't know. Anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe and write in the chat and tell me where you're coming from. And I appreciate everyone. We're going to be getting into quantum concepts, and then we're going to do some psychic phenomenon. Before I do that, I want to remind you about the sun. Now let's get out in nature. Let's get out in nature. Now, even if it's raining out or it's cloudy, It's good for our souls. It's good for ourselves to be in nature, for our health and our well-being, because that's where we belong. We don't belong in an office. I believe moving forward, we're not going to be in offices anymore. We're not going to be working like we are. We're going to have free energy that we gain from the ether and other ways, and all those patents are going to be uncovered that show that we can run a car on water, and many other free energy um, inventions. So just prepare. So I'm suggesting we all spend some time outside in the sun. I assure you that there's other people depending on you paying your taxes, and I don't think it's for the good indeed. Yes. Well, the government, that's how they've been running things. They just take the money and then they send it out of the country and they launder it out of the country. There's a lot of illegal, the worst case scenario that you can imagine, that's what's been going on. Sorry to say. That's what I'm discovering, and it's really pitiful. So this I'm showing you is the sunrise. This morning I was up early enough. I was headed to the gym at 6:30 and I saw the sunrise. And I say, what is this light on the horizon? And I'm looking through a window. Good things are coming beyond our view. A difficult situation will improve. And I'm here to tell you in this moment to have gratitude. It is in New York, 7:36. Hello, it's Friday night in the Matrix work week. And it is 7:36. And I hope everyone is going to have a few days, maybe Saturday and Sunday over the weekend, that they can do some fulfilling activities, have some fun, find your purpose, have a moment of quiet, maybe just sit still, turn off your electronics, spend time with loved ones, enjoy some yummy food, get out in nature, and have fun. Fun. You think we're here? You think we're supposed to be here and work 40, 50, 60 years and then a few years after that retire and pass away? No, heck no. We're supposed to be having fun. And the new civilization that we are going to in the light, we're going to get into quantum concepts to raise your vibration. That's where we're going. We're all going to the light. We're going to light, which means what? We're not traveling to another location. It's just our perspective. It's what we see, what we feel, and what we are. And we're joining together in the light. We're expanding our consciousness. You're going to raise your consciousness, which means you're going to come from love. So let's get into this. Oh, I forgot about angels. I'm going to bring up angels right now quickly. This is one of my favorite paintings. You can call out to angels to join you. We are capable of, I guess, asking for angels to come into our lives. If you have a crisis, you can say, I need some help. Lift me up through the situation. Now, this particular painting is my favorite, Angels Dancing Sun by Giovanni Di Paolo, an Italian painter. And these angels are in a circle, and they're holding hands, and they're dancing together. And angels come from the heavens to earth to protect humanity. There's archangels that are warriors. They're coming from the heavens. They're messengers. They guide us. If you've ever had a near-death experience, and you've gone to the light like I have, you might have encountered an angel. If you have a brush across your face, you might sense an angel is in your presence or some sparkling light in the corner of your eye. There's definitely signs of angels, a feather, coins, bells. And everything that I speak about related to our intuitive abilities and our clairsenses and anything going to another realm, all of it has to be about accepting it and being open. If you're not open, where did you get your pictures? Where do you get your? I get them all over the place. I find them. I'm attracted to something, and then I just print it out. That's what I do. Something that is, I feel relevant or helpful. And when we are driving around in front of us, we see all these license plates. Sometimes you might see a license plate that's a duplicate number, maybe 222 444, and you can look that up on DuckDuckGo and find what exactly that means. That's an angel number. We always say 1111 when the clock strikes 11 o'clock and it's 11 minutes, we always say it's an angel number, 1111, and it's good luck. There's 9 ranks of angels. They're celestial beings and they're benevolent and they're here to protect us. So just be aware. Well, here we are. Let's get it. Oh, here's a little list if you want to see this. I've shown this before. Voices, numbers, scents, phone calls, pennies, dreams, music, birds. Those are all signs of angels present. All right, we're going to get into it. Quantum concepts. And I'm showing you this picture because I feel as though these are the chakras through the body, right? The 7 chakras, and we've spoken about the 5 outside the body that reach 12 inches, 12 inches, 12 inches. And we tuned into some of those chakras outside of our body. And some of them can actually help us connect to other realms, angelic realms, our higher being. So quantum concepts, I'm speaking of these to raise our vibration because that is how we are all going to join in the light. So you are surrounded by quantum field of energy. I don't know if you know that. You are surrounded by a quantum field of energy. So every single thing is energy and can influence you and change your vibration. That's why we say, what you say, what you think, what you do, your thoughts, they all matter because they can raise your vibration or lower your vibration. And every single object, whether it's inanimate or not, carries a vibration. Now, your consciousness level impacts your well-being. And this is why we're going to get into this, because I'm hoping that we kind of all come together and we learn about these quantum concepts so we can all raise our vibration. Now, low vibrations can be transmuted by love. All right, so let me explain. Quantum, everything in the world is energy. Everything. This piece of paper is energy. This phone is energy. I'm energy. Your energy. Our thoughts are energy. And that is why it's imperative that we are paying attention to what we're thinking, because they carry a vibration. They carry a frequency. And everything in the world is energy and vibrational frequency. Even inanimate objects, so they vibrate with energy. There is no empty space. All is bound by quantum energy. In other words, here, this space right here, it looks empty. It's actually energy. Okay? It's vibrating and it's energy, even the empty space. There is no empty space, all bound by quantum energy. Emotions emit an energy. That's why what we're feeling and what we're thinking can change. I've spoken about cause and effect. Remember we spoke about cause and effect? And I actually played, not a game, but I tried it. I had someone that basically said no to me. And then instead of me believing the no, I countered it with positive thoughts. And then I actually kind of wrapped a lot of light and love around it. And they changed what they said to yes. They went from a no to a yes. There's ways to shift outcomes. Our thoughts can shift an outcome. You can change how things are going to go. You can change how people are going to receive you. And so our thoughts are vibrating and they're real and they're powerful. We are influenced by the vibration of our food, our water, people, and what we do and where we do it. So every single thing around us changes our vibration. What we eat. If you drink a lot of water, it's going to change your vibration. If you eat healthy foods, if you eat foods that aren't healthy, if they're all filled with preservatives and GMOs, I'm not lecturing about that. I'm just stating something that, it's like, how do you feel after you eat a healthy meal? something that's full of nutrients and something that's healthy. You feel so much better than after you eat maybe fast food, right? I love your tattoo. Please, can you show it to the camera? Okay, my tattoo. There's my. I'm getting another tattoo actually too. I want to do the same. I'm getting another one right here. I'm getting another one with a cross. So I love that. Oh, hold it for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's my tattoo. It took me a long time to get that. So pay attention to everything in the room. When you walk into a room, pay attention, be aware. This is important. Be aware of everything that's going on in the room energetically. When you walk into a room, I know sometimes we're very distracted and we can't really in that moment be aware, but try in the future when you walk into a room to be aware of all of the energy and what it is giving off. Is there something negative in the room? Is there something that you're drawn to? Pay attention, because if there's an energy, if you can feel a vibration coming off of someone or a situation or something, probably stay away from it. And you can avoid some kind of situation that might bog you down or harm you. I know that it's like if you've ever gone to go find a new place to live, or you've gone to look in a home, some real estate, you can look at a picture even, or go into a space and say, oh, this isn't right for me. You can feel it right away. Trust your intuition. Sometimes we are told by the physical reality, those out here, those conformists, they say, oh, that's nothing. Don't pay attention to that. Pay attention to your intuition. Pay attention to your intuition, your knowing within you, your thoughts, your own energy, your own spirit, and your own heart, and your dreams. Pay attention. There are signs, just like I say impressions, when we're receiving impressions during psychic phenomenon. Have you been receiving any impressions? By the way, I'm here tonight because I missed last night. And I'm so sorry about missing last night. So here I am tonight. So I'm glad anyone who's joining us, I'm very grateful that you're here. I don't like missing my Thursday night. I had vertigo yesterday, just letting everyone know. All right. So 2, our conscious level. The foundation of our reality is the vibration of light. The foundation of our reality is the vibration of light. That's very important. What do you think about participating in NASA? NASA was made up by the Nazis. They brought them over after World War II. If you Google Project Paperclip, you can see that NASA was created. It's fake. Fake. That's my opinion. So your conscious level is the foundation of our reality, is the vibration of light. The light within us is our consciousness. So all the light that you carry within you is your consciousness. Now you know where I'm going with this. So if you're carrying around a lot of darkness, and what is darkness like? You're fearful, you're worried, you're sad, you're hateful, you're jealous, you're shameful. That's all dark. You're carrying all. So your consciousness is going to be really low, very, very low. Now, if you're carrying around more thoughts of love and you're more uplifting. Now, I'm not saying that we don't all have traumas and issues. We do. It's about getting through them to the other side and bringing more light into our reality. So your reality is going to kind of beam off of you. So if inside of you things are off, if you're not okay, if you don't feel grounded, if you feel lonely or sad or frustrated, and you have low vibration, you have darkness within you, how are you going to beam out into your physical reality anything except darkness? You're going to go out through your day and say, oh, this is horrible, or that's terrible. I encountered someone today in the Matrix this is a personal story in my work. And this person She was wearing a mask and it was like this. And I don't know, she couldn't really see because it was like up here, which I don't like. I don't like masks. I know they use them for satanic rituals, and it's basically covering the person. And are you sick? Go home and go to bed. If you're sick, don't wear a mask. And she's wearing the mask, and everything she said was dark. And there was two other of the management around me, and because she was so dark, they told me later, they got away from her. Her energy was so toxic that they had to get away. So be aware. Now, I don't know what she could do to help that. That's entirely up to her. Everything is our responsibility within us. No one out here really cares. No one out here really cares, unless, of course, they're getting paid to care. Maybe a mom cares about their child, but most everyone is just worried about themselves because it's a tough world out there. Time in the matrix. Pay your bills. Hopefully that IRS is going to be gone. So the light is our consciousness. Whatever light you have in you is your consciousness. So the more light that you have in you, the more your consciousness will raise. You will raise it up. And together we're raising our consciousness, aren't we? We are going to the light together. We are meeting each other. I know I'm going to meet all of you who are here. I know one day we'll meet. Our minds will connect because we are all awakened. So consciousness is the ability to perceive and interact with a flow of energy. Being consciousness, you're observing. Like when you walk into a room, when you're around someone, you can automatically sense someone's mood by their vibration, by their frequency, because you'll say, oh, I got a headache, or, oh, I'm standing back. Now, if you're going through something yourself, imagine that invisible line surrounding you 12 inches from your body, and no one is allowed to, without your permission, to come into your space mentally, physically, emotionally, or spiritually. Now, when I sense that someone's going through a rough patch and they are pushing, they're not saying it, but I can sense they're pushing away. I say, are you okay? I'll take a step. Let me give you a breather. So pay attention to others' energy. Everyone is kind of sending messages to you without you realizing it. And I don't know if you know that, but just become more aware. We're going to get into psychic phenomena. We're almost hitting the 1 hour mark. So be aware, that's coming next. Your consciousness level connects you with your mind and your body and your soul, and impacts every experience that you encounter on earth. We are able to kind of, like I said, transform and change outcomes based on cause and effect, based on how we handle it. If we handle it in a positive way. Have you ever seen here's an example. Have you ever seen a really good salesperson? Have you ever met or someone that is helping you with someone? Maybe it's a therapist, maybe it's a coach, maybe it's a lawyer or an accountant, or someone that comes to you in a very personal matter. It's related to your life and you're dealing with them on a one-to-one basis. Have you ever encountered one of those and you just feel good around them? You are happy to give them your money. Have you ever encountered that? Like I said, a really good salesman, maybe when you're purchasing a car and you go back to that person. Why do you think that is? They are shooting out from themselves probably light and something that you are accepting, and there's a transfer of energy, and their flow is impacting you. So be aware. Just every day, there's so much out there that we aren't even paying attention to. And I know we are struggling. And I'm here for you. I'm telling you, I'm here for you. And I am firmly here to offer you support. You're a beautiful being of light. I cherish you. You should cherish yourself. Have love for yourself. So we can expand and elevate our consciousness by connecting with divine intelligence of nature and our higher selves. And we've been doing that here. We've been connecting with our higher selves. I've been saying, calm yourself down, tune into. We've imagined light within ourselves. We've imagined going to light. We've been practicing all of our clear senses, haven't we? Together, we've been doing this. So all things are connected. You and I are connected. We're connected to the little puppy dog over here, little Elsa, who's kind of hiding behind here. I don't know if anyone can see her today. Where's Elsa? See her right there? She's getting a bath tonight. She needs a bath. She looks like a little shaggy dog. So we are all connected, every single tree out there. When you go to take a shower, you're connected to the water. I had to take swimming classes. Here's a personal story before we get on to, we're going to get onto the psychic phenomenon. I had a fear of water because I almost drowned. And so I took swimming lessons 10 years ago. Started taking them 10 years ago. And then I don't have a fear of water anymore. And one of the swim instructors, I had two. One of the swim instructors was very spiritual. And he shared with me, he said, don't go to the water and when you're swimming, don't be like you're hitting down into the water. Know that the water is part of you. Speak to the water. And it was very interesting that I then had this whole other philosophy about how water, and we're all connected to all the elements. We're connected to the earth. And that's why I share with you like these gemstones and how they're healing. Here's a little black obsidian gemstone. And I always say, this is an amazite, and they're very healing. If you want to go out and get some of these gemstones, go get a little tumble gemstone or a raw gemstone, and you can place them on different chakras, maybe your throat chakra, whatever resonates with you, because different stones, different minerals from nature will help heal you in different ways. These are very healing amazite. They're very much awakening your inner being. And you can place them around your home. You wash them when you get them and then put them out for a full moon, and you can charge the gemstones. So we can expand and elevate our consciousness by connecting to our higher selves and divine intelligence of nature. And we have what's called collective consciousness. We are all one. When I say I'm connected to the tree out there, I can go there and stand at the tree and put my hands on it and say, give me a message, because I'm a tree hugger and you can too. And we are linked to one another. Each of us are linked. So if I'm hurt, then you're hurt. Or if someone hurts me, then they're really hurting themselves. I'm obsessed with gemstones. I got a big butt. Good for you. Rose quartz. Yes, rose quartz is actually the love stone. I actually wrote a children's book called Earthly and the Gemstones. And you can find it on Amazon. It's all about gemstones and gnomes. So we can shift to a state of oneness. Now, before we get on to psychic phenomenon, let me give you this little mini idea of where vibration stands. And you can kind of figure out where you are in this moment and you want to raise it. So up here, 1,000, we'll say right up here, we'll say this is high and this is low. So way up here, if you were going to say a little scale of it, 1,000 is love and joy. When you have love and joy, you're raising your vibration to 1,000, love and joy. You love yourself, you love others. And I shared a mantra the other day. I said, let's try some mantras. I am beginning to love myself. And I don't want to say I am loving myself, because sometimes we're not ready to say that. I'm trying to get everyone prepared for this. Or I am beginning to love others. I'm beginning to forgive myself. I'm beginning to forgive others. Do you see? I am. Try some mantras. Have your own mantra. You can say, I am powerful. I am brave. I'm courageous. I am safe. Those were the ones that I started with way back. So 1,000. You want to have a higher vibration. It's going to be 1,000, love and joy. Love and joy. Find love and joy. Next, 500 goes down a little bit. Passion. Oh, 800 is appreciation. So if you appreciate others, it's 800. 500 is passion. I'm going to go through them quickly because we got to get onto psychic phenomenon like 20 seconds. Positive and expectation, 350. Hopelessness, up, we're going down, 250. Pessimism is 200, and boredom as well. 150 is overwhelming and frustration. See how it's going down? Now we were at 1,000 with love. Now we're at 150 when you're overwhelmed. Now, hopefully when you have these emotions, it's for a moment. Because if you have these emotions for too long, you start to make the physical being that you are, your vessel, sick. You start to have ailments within your body. Doubt is 100. Blame is 100. 80 is anger, discouragement. Hatred is rage. Insecurity and guilt are 30, and unworthiness. And then we're down to jealousy is 25, and 20 is fear, guilt, depression, powerlessness, victim. All right, so you can be at 20. Your vibration can be at 20, or it can be at 1,000 for love. So basically, fear is 20. That's an incentive, isn't it? 1,000 is love and joy. I want to be 1,000. I want to vibrate at 1,000. I want to raise my consciousness over the rooftop. Go through the roof. All right, so before we get on to that, let me just mention that lower vibration can be transmuted through love. So everything begins with yourself. You must have love and compassion for yourself before you can expand and have love and compassion for others. So maybe you can infuse with love through movement, exercise, breath work, expressing gratitude. Gratitude is a big one, being thankful for this moment. Here we are, thankful for this moment. It's 8:02 on Friday in the Matrix work week. Time in nature. That's how you can transmute to a higher vibration, and listening to calming music. There you go. So there's some ideas for you. I know not all of it is going to resonate with you. You might say, Mary, I'm not really interested in that. Now look at this light. There's some beaming off this angel. There's some light right there. Let's all have some light now. Let's all find some light within us. And love. We want to be vibrating at 1,000. Now, I know it's difficult to do that 24/7. Maybe you have 1 foot in the 5D and 1 foot in the 3D, or 1 foot in the 5D and 1 foot in the 4D. But as long as you're headed towards more positivity in your life, that's where we want to be. Psychic phenomenon, here we are. It's time for psychic phenomenon. I'm so glad you made it. Thanks for joining us. ESP, extrasensory perception. We do this because we are practicing our clairsenses so that we will all be able to communicate in the near and dear future, mind to mind. Have you thought of someone and then they contacted you? That's because you're transferring your thoughts. You're leaving an impression. Your thoughts carry emotions and feelings. They are charged impulse, and they are very powerful. Everything you think matters. Be aware of that. And I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. We are tapping into our potential. We have psychic capabilities that we really don't even realize that we have. And that is because no one told us. We're just discovering now. I mean, now in the Matrix, everyone's like, oh, come on, that's hokey. That's silliness. No, it's not. It's real. It's true. It's possible. Now, are you a natural psychic? Maybe. Maybe you came from a family of psychics and it was welcomed and you felt no problem. It's accepted. But if you were most of those out there, we came from critical reasoning and critical thinking. We were told that's not true. That's not possible that person can know who you are without you telling them. That must be a trick. I've had that happen. Over the summer, I was at the beach, and one of the lifeguards was speaking to the girl next to me, the woman next to me. And he said something. He said, "Oh, I'm into this and I'm into that. I'm into spirituality." And I said, "Oh," and I started doing a reading on him. And he was just standing there, and I was sitting on my towel. And I told him many things about himself. And then he said, "Oh, wow. Like, that's amazing. Do you have a card? Do you do readings?" And I said, "No, I don't have one on me." And then the next time I saw him, then he had all this doubt. He just didn't. He said, "Who told you all that information about me? Did you Google me?" I was like, I didn't even know you. How could I Google you? Like, what are you even talking about? Most of those out there, a percentage, I think it's probably more than 50%, don't really believe in that. However, what's funny is when I was being an intuitive out in the field and I had my own practice, I basically had my own personal business. I was a holistic coach, a psychic, an intuitive. Most of my clients were professionals. They were CEOs, they were lawyers, they were doctors, they were business professionals, and they were very successful. And they believed in what I did. So, it's very interesting that we have this perception out there that it's a hoax. And the clients that came to me all were business professionals. Just saying. All right, so let's get into some clairvoyance and some clairsenses. You're going to begin to synchronize your moments and be able to predict. And why is that? Because the more that you tap into your senses and become acquainted with how you can do this, in other words, you have a natural tendency to operate a certain way when it comes to your clairsenses. And that's why I share with you that what I say and do and what I'm capable of doing is my personal experience. You're going to have a completely different experience. Like I always tapped into and read others through my third eye, through their heart, and I could hear a voice. I never tuned into being a medium. I never tried to be a channeler because it freaked me out. And so I would turn that off. Like I say, you could have a dial, you could turn it up, higher or lower, and what energies you're going to receive, what makes you comfortable. But let me share with you, when you turn the dial down, it's going to stop a lot of information from flowing. I suggest you say, all bets are off, let it all come to me, and I'll take everything that I receive, all the impressions. Now, as you ascend and as you awaken, you're going to start hearing different tones, different ringing in your ear. Like, for example, I'm realizing that I can move into different sound frequencies. When I go to sleep at night, I hear this sound like it's another environment, another realm in my ear, and I tune into that. And then I start to connect with spirits and other entities and other realms. I'm just giving you some personal experience. Now, when we do this exercise right now, we're going to do an exercise. I'm asking you and I'm suggesting you tune into your hearing because you're learning to concentrate on what you're hearing. And you're having more focus. And what will happen is the more you push away your thoughts of how you see things, because we are so accustomed to deciding and making our decisions based on what we see. What we see. You see this mug, right? That's all you see. You don't see anything else in this space. But what we just conversed about, which was the quantum concepts, we know that there's no empty space. So what's really in this space? What vibrations are in this space? And you have to stop just making your decisions based on what you see. Go with what you feel like. How does it make you feel? If you encounter someone and you hear, oh, this person's great, this person's fabulous, and this is a great thing for you. But when you're in their presence, you say, you know what? No, trust your intuition. There's something else that you're receiving from your senses that is offering you information. Trust your intuition. Completely embrace it. Completely surrender to your intuition and your clear senses. Okay? And you know what's going to happen is the more you become acquainted with all of yourself, then the more you're going to realize that you're going to get validation as time goes on. And you're going to begin to predict events. You might receive flashes of information. When you receive an impression, unless you stay in that moment and you have a lot of focus and concentration, it's very hard when you receive a flash of information from another source. Maybe it's through your third eye. Maybe it's you're hearing something. Maybe your heart. Maybe clear cognizance. Maybe your touch. It's very hard to stay in it when you first start. When you first begin to do this, you just receive a flash and that's it. But after a while, if you feel more comfortable, because it feels physically like an energy. You're receiving a form of energy. Each impression is a form of energy. And it carries something with it. That's why, let's say it's a dark entity. When you're sleeping, if you receive information, if you receive in the astral realm, you meet up with someone dark, something negative, you can feel it. You sense it's not good. So you want to run away from it. It's like that when we receive information during these exercises. If it's not comfortable, you stop it. Try to stay in that moment. Try to stay in it, even if it's, see what it is. Discover what it is. Maybe there's an answer to something that you need. Bob Harding, I heard a voice that sounded like someone talking through a can. I wrote it down, but I don't know what language it is. There you are. You're connecting to another realm, Bob Harding. Good for you. Okay, here we go. And I know I'm doing a lot of talking, but I'm also just, it's very, you say, oh, she just talks about it. Because I'm trying to share with you how important it is to just accept and just be in it and let it happen. Let it happen. Don't fight it. It's good. It's all good. All right, so here we go. We're going to let out a breath. We're like a rag doll, aren't we? Let go of any tension. We're carrying around all this tension in the matrix, aren't we? All the work I have to do. I have to catch up. We're always running to the next thing. You know, and let me tell you, it's a strain on my eyes every day now. My eyes are strained, looking at the computer, looking at texts, looking at emails, blah, blah, blah. All right, so we're going to just relax. We're letting out breaths. Now, maybe you want to do let out some big breaths. You know, just to kind of get it all out of you. Maybe you need to even talk about it. Let it out. Okay. We're really going to work on right now. We're practicing stillness, quiet within ourselves, quiet in, thank you so much. Quiet in just our being. And we're pushing away any thoughts that we have because we're not caring about our thoughts. We don't care what we think. We're tuning into our impressions. What is our clear senses saying? What's our senses telling us? What are we hearing? So we're pushing away our thoughts and we're dropping down into our physical being. We're making contact. We're surrendering. We're saying, okay. We're having quiet stillness within us. Just very still. Maybe almost feel as though I could fall asleep because I'm just so relaxed. Now I'm going to tune into one of my clear senses. So pick one. For me, I'm tuning into my hearing. Just do a little check. Have concentration and focus. What are you hearing in the room that you're in right now? Wherever you are. Now, are you hearing, are you sensing any other vibrations now that we're becoming more aware of that? And what does that come through to you? Is it little dabbles of energy? Are you tuning into energy now that you're hearing? Let's practice all of these. Let's tune into energy as well. There you go, electricity. I hear appliances. I hear kind of the sound, some kind of sounds. I don't even know what they are. I can't define it. Okay? And then we maybe put out our hands. Do you feel anything on your hands? Do you feel any vibrations on your hands? Are you clear? You feeling any prickling or tapping, some kind of vibration or frequency on your hands? This is how we tune into our senses. We're really tuning into our mind, our body, our spirit, and our senses. Emotionally, what does all this do to you? We're just becoming more and more aware every day, you and I. Okay, we let out a breath. We've tested a few of our senses. And then what I normally do is I make a suggestion. I'm going to keep my eyes closed after I make the suggestion. So I'm going to make the suggestion to go to light. When you go to light, what impressions are you receiving? You're going to light in this instant, in this moment. And I'm going to be quiet now. And what are you receiving through your senses, your clear senses? You're going to light. Okay, so Hassan saw purple galaxies, blue sky full of shiny stars. When I did this, it was so powerful for me. I felt like my eyes were going back into my head. My whole body felt like it was trembling, and it was so powerful, the light, the experience that I just had, that I could only be in it for a moment. Now, I've heard that when the solar flash happens fully and we all become awakened, the flash is going to be so powerful, it's going to turn off electricity, no cars will run, it's going to be this blinding white light that basically covers the globe. And it's going to basically shock our systems. And just now, I actually got a headache now too from that. That was so much that I could only be in the light for 1 second, or maybe it was a few seconds, but it gave me pain in my head. It's very powerful, the light that I went to. But it felt good. It was good. I just don't know if my body's fully ready to go all the way into the light. I realize that now. So I guess I still have some more transmuting to do, some more transformation. I guess it's going to come in ebbs and flows, right? We're just going to slowly become more accustomed to the light. Okay, so thank you. Anyone else joining us? I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Let's try one more. We have a few more minutes till we get to the 1.5 hour mark. Let's try one more exercise. Okay, so this exercise is going to be similar, but it's going to take me down a different road. So we're going to close our eyes again, and we're going to relax again. We're going to drop down. We're going to let go of any tension in our bodies. Let out a breath. We're going to find some stillness within us. And we are going to surrender. We're going to drop into our bodies. We're going to make physical contact. Push away any thoughts that we have. We don't care about the thoughts. We're only tuning into our senses, our hearing, our clairvoyance, our nose, our taste, our feeling, our touch, our claircognizance. That's all we're tuning into. We don't care about our thoughts. So we're dropping down, we're surrendering. And I'm going to make another suggestion, a new suggestion. I'm going to make a suggestion for you to transport yourself to a dream state. You're going to transfer yourself to a dream state when you're sleeping. Any dreams that you're in the future going to receive. So some dream-like state. We're traveling to a dream-like state right now. What are you going to receive? So that's the suggestion. You choose one of your clairsenses or more than one. And the suggestion is you're in a dream state and you're in one of your dreams and you're traveling to them in the future. In the future. Let's see if you can predict or create a dream for your future. I'm going to be quiet now. Let's see what we receive. Okay, so I saw this. It was a couple of different things that I saw, and I saw flashes of information. So normally, what happens for me is I start to see a color or an object, and then my mind starts to try to take over to define what it is, but I say no, 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 and I go back down to what I see, and then I move up this way so I can have the full view. That's how it works for me. That's personal. That's how it works. It's not going to necessarily do that for you. So I saw something red, and then my mind said, oh, is it the sunrise? And I said, no, 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 don't decide what it is. And I looked back down, and then I saw something bright red, and then I heard bulletproof vest. So that's going to be in my dream. Something red and bulletproof vest. I don't know. Is that some kind of, is it the red, the blood? I don't know what it is. I'll find out. I guess we'll see if I have a dream with that. So Hassan said, I was born to run. I don't belong to anyone but in peace way. I was born to discover the world, and I heard calling from a purple galaxy. Okay, good for you. You from a purple galaxy. And you know what's so funny? I think, do I have anything like that? Well, we have purple in this today. And I don't know. We are all going to be like this, full of light. We're all going to be full of light. And we're all going to be sending off different vibrations out into the world, into our new physical reality, our new civilization. Well, I really appreciate everyone joining us tonight. I hope you liked the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm Mary Amy, and this is Living in the Light, and I'm all about shifting away darkness, guiding you to your true potential, and cracking open that beautiful glowing light in your heart. I suggest some tumbled stones, some minerals, and I'll be back again Monday through Thursday. I apologize I wasn't here last night. Hey, Bob Hardy, it seemed like 3 t-shirts, rolling stones, a cupcake, an alien, and hands getting ice cubes. That's an interesting dream. I want to hear more about that. Can't wait till you have that dream. I'd like to have that dream, an alien and a cupcake. Now, again, let me remind you, I'm going to be on a podcast tomorrow. It's going to be featured on YouTube, and I'll tell you exactly who it is so that you know. You can, if you want to watch it. It is, hold on, Hold on, I'm going to tell you. Wait a second. Where is it? Oh, here it is. So it's called Flying Chariots, The Rise. And I'm on a podcast with Dustin. He's a ufologist. So that's tomorrow. I hope you join us and watch that. And I'll be talking about that again on Monday because I'll have that experience. I'm very excited about that. So I'm spinning light and you're in the center of it. And tonight we spoke about CGI, deep state, reveals, no IRS, rah, 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 no, rah, rah, rah. I'm all in on that. And quantum concepts and how to raise your vibration. And you're in the center of this and I'm spinning light. And I can see light all around you. And you're going to have light around you and within you. And you're going to raise your vibration. And I'm sending you good thoughts and you're a worthy being of light. And remember, 3 characteristics that make you authentic. Remind yourself of what they are. Do you have the most beautiful brown eyes? Are you an amazing crossword puzzle? I guess, what would it be? Solver? Are you a great friend? Whatever it is, you have at least 3 characteristics that make you a beautiful being of light. So I hope you join us on Monday, back here on Monday. And I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Bye. Have a wonderful weekend. I'm sending you light and love. Be well. Bye. Bye, Hassan. You got shiny brown. Yep, I got shiny brown. There you go. Be well, everyone. Bye. Goodbye.